At just 19 years old, David Colombo wasn't your typical teenager. While most kids his age were binging Netflix or cramming for finals, David sat in a dim bedroom in Germany, the glow of multiple monitors painting his walls in electric blue. There, with a modest laptop and a restless curiosity, he uncovered a flaw that would rattle the automotive world. From behind that screen, he reached into 25 Teslas across 13 countries, unlocking doors, starting engines, flashing headlights, blasting music, and even disabling security features without touching a single car. But this wasn't a smash and grab or a heist for headlines. David didn't want a payout or a joyride. He called it an experiment in responsibility, a test to prove a point before someone darker did it for real. The trail began with a third-party app some Tesla owners used to connect to their vehicles, convenient, powerful, and carelessly secured. Credentials were weak, protections thin, and the backdoor barely latched. David wrote a script to probe accounts at scale, and the results came like a flood. This wasn't a glitch on one driveway, it was global exposure. That realization didn't thrill him. It terrified him. If a teenager with a laptop could do this from his bedroom, what could a hostile actor do with time, money, and motive? He tried the official route, responsible disclosure, bug bounty channels, but urgency and bureaucracy rarely move at the same speed. So he went bold. He tweeted at Elon Musk. Within hours, the message reached Tesla's security team, and the line went live. Imagine being 19 and picking up a call from the people who build the most talked about cars on Earth, because you just proved you could control them from a continent away. The response inside Tesla was immediate and clinical. Engineers reproduced the path, validated the risk, and cut it off. Systems were patched, access was revoked, statements were measured. Privately, they thanked him.
Thank you.
Publicly, they kept the panic low. But the world had already learned something it couldn't unlearn. Our cars are no longer just machines. They're computers on wheels, and software, good or bad, can travel faster than any engine. For David, the story became a strange kind of notoriety. To some, he was a prodigy, to others, a warning. He wasn't the villain of a techno-thriller, and he wasn't a caped savior either. He was a mirror held up to the moment we're living through, a time when a teenager with patience and skill can tug on a loose thread and feel the whole fabric tighten. And perhaps the most chilling part is this: what he found is unlikely to be unique. For every vulnerability revealed and fixed, there are others waiting in the shadows, tucked inside convenience features and rushed integrations, guarded by passwords people never change and services no one audits. Today, the person who found the crack cared enough to report it. Tomorrow, someone else might not. This isn't just a Tesla story, it's a blueprint for a world where everything, from banks to planes to cars, talks to everything else, and where the door you forgot to lock is digital, invisible, and halfway across the world. David Colombo's discovery is a reminder that security isn't a finish line, it's a moving target. And the next threat might not wear a mask or smash a window. It might sit quietly in a bedroom, under a hoodie, listening to the hum of a laptop, and asking the most dangerous question in technology: what happens if I push here?
Third-party software, and I wanted to know how it works. I was reading, so I found this piece of thing through the source code, and then I asked myself, like, how does authentication work here? So you can see the source code here, and then I went in there and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So we have a few functions here, and it takes like the username and the password, and then the raw credentials flow into the application. So where do they go? If you take a look here, you can see that there's a event that is like a sign-in event where the credentials get exchanged for like a token, and now you wonder like where the token is going, because the token is definitely a sensitive asset here. So I took a look at the code further below and I was like, oh, that's interesting. We have a save function, it saves the tokens somewhere. So you can see whether the tokens get updated or newly created. It updates them in the repo. So that's quite interesting. And now you see that what we discovered so far is tokens get inserted into repo without